I have had and used the Neewer X11 teleprompter for about a month now, and even though I've used the Elgato's version and my first teleprompter for Mulanzi, I've decided to settle with this one. So if you're a streamer, gamer, YouTuber, solo filmmaker, or looking for a teleprompter without any boundaries, I'll share why I now prefer to use this teleprompter over the other two. And I will also share with you something I would like to see the newer version of the Neewer X11. Hopefully you hang around to the end of this video and you can decide for yourself if the X11 is the right one for you. Let's roll intro. Now for a quick overview, Neewer calls the X11 an ultimate two-in-one solution for creators who need a professional teleprompter and a dedicated monitor in one sleek package. At its core is an 11-inch HD beam splitter glass with 75% light transmitter. It's designed to eliminate ghosting, giving you crystal clear text that's readable from up to 6.6 feet away while your camera captures perfectly clear video behind it. And unlike most teleprompters that require you to sacrifice your phone or your iPad, the X11 has a very bright 9-inch HD monitor that's dimmable via the knob on the side, so you can mirror your phone or tablet directly via cable with no app required, and you can even use it as a secondary PC display to track live chat while looking right into the lens. That second part would require you to install drivers on your Mac or PC. It's incredibly versatile whether you're using a mirrorless camera like a Lumix S5 2X or S1 II, any one of your choice, a web camera or a smartphone. Plus with two cold shoe mounts for your lights and mics, I think is a complete studio setup on a single tripod. I was so excited when I got the Elgato teleprompter. This was an upgrade to the previous one which I was using, which required me to place my phone at the bottom plate of the teleprompter. With the Elgato on the other hand, it required that I had the teleprompter connected via its USB-C port to my computer, and it gets frustrating since I like to change my studio setup from time to time. It just became cumbersome. Another issue I had with the Elgato version is that I had to launch the software, copy my scripts or talking points to the Elgato app, which isn't much of a big deal, but the fact that I always have to run the app for me is just a few steps too much. That's not even it. I got spoiled using a voice track app which automatically tracks me when reading off a teleprompter, and I thought, good, Elgato has theirs and should work smoothly instead of constant auto scroll chapter feature. But I kid you not, the Elgato voice sync has been a nightmare for me. Sometimes it works, sometimes it stops working halfway, and sometimes it doesn't just work. It just got too frustrating for me. Sometimes I'll be thinking whether the Elgato software is just guessing what I was saying. I tried just placing my phone here, but it kind of defeats the purpose of having this teleprompter in the first place. The X11 makes things easier. Watch, I have a cable connected to it and I'll plug into my iPad, which is just live streaming or wirelessly streaming from my S1R2, and it comes up easy. I don't need to have a computer or laptop connected to it to get things running. It can act as a secondary monitor if you want it to be. The strongest reason is that I can just connect my phone to the teleprompter and it mirrors it vertically or horizontally. It's as easy as that. If I want, I can detach the monitor to use it as a normal preview screen, or if I want to travel about with it to a different location, something that's not easy to do with the Elgato version. There are two different mounting threads, a 1/4-20 and a 3/8 on this side of the monitor. On this other side, you have the image adjustment dial, a micro HDMI port, and two USB-C ports. Another thing I like is that the mounting point for your camera uses a quick release system, so you can easily mount or take off your camera from the back of the teleprompter. Let me just put this back on. All right, now to price and build quality. On Neewer's website, you can get the X11 for $229.99 at the time of making this video, with an extra 30% off with code US30, as Neewer is still offering a New Year sale that's active, and get a 2-year warranty on top of that. Alternatively, you can also purchase the X11 from Amazon US for $219 or £228.99 from Amazon UK at the time of making this video. When you purchase the X11, it comes in this box. You get the teleprompter itself, the TM38 monitor, a hood base, quick release plate, a phone clamp, data cable set, and a USB-C to C cable. Now, just in case you're wondering about the build quality of this teleprompter, I don't really see much of a difference with the build quality between the X11 and the Elgato version. They are both made of plastic materials, which should help with keeping them very light. But one thing I would say is that the Elgato lets you set up quicker as it just hangs in front of your lens, while the X11 requires you mounting your camera on the rear end quick release plate part. But remember, as earlier mentioned, it's easier to transport the X11 than the Elgato version because it can be broken down. Now, this 9-inch screen is also called the TM38 offers one thing I really also enjoy using, and that's that you can easily flip or mirror the screen of the device using the image adjustment dial. I'll just quickly do that. If I press in, you can see how I'll just flip the image so you guys can see. With a resolution of 1024 by 768, it allows you to be able to use the X11 in low-lit environment as well as with very bright scenarios. Neewer said that the maximum brightness of the X11 is 826 nits. So I'll quickly just increase the brightness of the monitor so you can see. I'm just flipping the image down. Well, the other way takes it down to 0 and it increases by in increments of +1. So I'll hold it down and it goes as bright as 100%. So that's 100%, which is 826 nits. I'll bring it down to 20% of that. So that's now 20%, and I'll put it back into the teleprompter. So you should hear a click, and that's it. And I'll press in the image adjustment dial. Yeah, so you guys can see it nicely. Another thing which I like about this teleprompter is the design compared to other teleprompters I've used. And that is that it doesn't require you to use screw-ons onto the lens. There are times that I've had to search for eternity for one of my screw-on adapters. There's also the fact that I can't really mount the teleprompter on some filters, especially if your lens mount is a size 82. So this setup is convenient as I can have a filter on my lens and still push my lens through into the teleprompter without no stress at all. You've also got 2 cold shoe slots at the top, as I earlier mentioned, so I can mount a portable LED light or a shotgun microphone. But ideally, in a setup like this, you will have your podcast mic in front of you, or out of frame, or a wireless lav mic on your talent or yourself, and a large proper light source. But in a pinch, it's great to have those options. As I earlier mentioned, connecting using the X11 is as easy as ABC. To get it to mirror your phone or iPad, tablet, whatever, you'd have to make sure you use a high-speed data cable like the one I'm using here, which you will find in the packaging. I use a different one from the one that came in the box. If you try using an ordinary USB-C to C cable, the monitor just flashes on with no signal on screen and goes off. Now to the phone B, which is actually using the X11. Although Neewer has its own dedicated PC, Mac and mobile teleprompter software, which is very intuitive and easy to use, I end up just using my preferred teleprompter software that has voice sync and a very good one at that. This software is called PromptSmart, and although it's pricey and subscription based, has never disappointed. Another one which I've also enjoyed using is called Prompt Plus from teleprompterapp.com, and this one is cheaper as it only requires you to pay once for life. I have left links to both third-party teleprompter apps below so you can check it out and make your own choice. But I would like to add that there's a computer version of Prompt Plus which can be installed on your computer, and if you already had bought it on your iPhone, you could easily sync with all your Apple devices by just signing in. I want to show you guys why I recommend the X11 to the Elgato version. I'll have the Elgato version connected to my PC while I have this connected to my phone. And I have a microphone just out of screen, just that's me touching the mic, which should be picking up my voice. So what I'll do is I've activated the Elgato version. You can see active right there at the top. So it should be picking up my audio, and I'll activate the one on my iPhone. So iPhone is ready, and I'll start the test. I'll now read what's on both teleprompters. Give yourself a more natural look on camera. The Neewer Teleprompter app is a professional auto cue application designed for teleprompter users and is widely popular amongst vloggers and influencers. Users can write and edit script in the app, as well as uploading pre-prepared scripts stored on your phone or by receiving text files which can be shared via Wi-Fi. Another intuitive thing using the X11 is that you can answer your work-related, client, Zoom, Google Meet calls with this setup, so you can use your mirrorless cameras to impress your clients with very high definition video of yourself while you have your notes on one side of the teleprompter screen, so it looks as though you are looking directly and speaking to them. The first thing I would like to see in an upgraded X11 would be a stronger material used to hold a quick release system or a different one altogether, like a push release system instead of the one you have to pull together to release your camera. Another would be a full HDMI instead of the mini HDMI. A third would be the ability of the teleprompter and your computer to work with a USB-C to C cable instead of the dataset cable. I wonder how using a high-speed cable works with a phone or iPad and not with a computer. I would like future versions to come with a carry bag so you can keep it safe while moving it around, although the box works just fine, but I prefer the black carry bag at least. Now, I don't even think it's worth trying more to recommend the X11 to you because I think it sold itself already. If you thought that the Elgato version having a dedicated chat section in the app was a game changer, or it even having an app is a game changer, on the X11, all you need to do is have your chat window on the teleprompter screen. This is not a hate video on the Elgato teleprompter. They are a great company, but if this was an opportunity to showcase a better way to teleprompt without any restrictions, then I would say the X11 is the way to go. So for my YouTube talking head videos, I'm using the X11 except this episode, while the Elgato one stays at my work desk as I can't bother with unmounting and mounting them. But if I had to choose, it would definitely be the X11 as its ways of use is unquestionable. With my videos, I just connect my iPhone via a single cable, load up my teleprompter software, hit record on my iPad so my camera begins to record, and that's it. Have any questions, drop in the comment section below. Links to the X11 and the softwares I've mentioned in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future uploads. It's your Filmmaker. I'll see you in the next one. God bless and peace.